Hello friends, in this lecture we discuss instantaneous description and moves in Turing machine. Okay, so instantaneous description are used to define the current scenario in the Turing machine, and it gives the idea about what actually the current state and what is the current symbol under the read write head. Okay, as means instantaneous description is generally used when we are working in a Turing machine and we want to know what actually is current scenario and what is the current state and what is the current symbol under the read write head. So generally the instantaneous description gives the particular snapshot of at particular time t, and this instantaneous description is represented in alpha beta gamma format. Okay, let us discuss what actually it is. So this is our Turing machine. Okay, in this scenario we can understand that the control is in q and it is reading the element or a symbol over the input tape, that is b. So so from this current symbol uh, b to its right hand side, this is represented as a gamma, or we can say the leftmost symbol of this gamma is read by the read write head of this Turing machine. Okay, so this is our gamma string, or we can say this is representing gamma string, whereas this state q is represented as beta string. Okay, and the left string left string from this current symbol b is known as alpha string. Okay, I hope this is clear. So we can write this alpha, beta and gamma in a sequence where this is alpha, this is beta and this is gamma according to this snapshot of Turing machine. You can see our beta is our state and it is reading the leftmost symbol of our gamma string, that is this b, and this is left string, that is alpha, which is we can say earlier processed, or generally this is the leftmost left string and this is the right string according to the current state. Okay, so at any time, at any instance, instantaneous description either in format of alpha beta gamma or like this using the input tape and control gives the idea about the current state and the current symbol under over the input tape. I think it is clear. So now we move next to understand left and right moves. Actually, left and right moves are used to use for the transaction purpose in a Turing machine during the processing. Okay, as we know, whenever the read write head read or write over the input tape, then it moves either left hand side or in right hand side. So uh, so therefore therefore here we understand how the left and right moves are occur or performed during the computation in a Turing machine. So first we discuss right move, after that we discuss left move. Here we also know that this is a transaction function in which current state and current symbol under the read write head is gives a particular combination, and by this combination we make a transaction that is also given by the next state q, and the next or a symbol which is override the current symbol at the input tape and move either left hand side or right hand side. So according to this snapshot, our initial state is Q0. Our initial state, sorry, a current state is Q0, and we are reading this A. Okay, you can see this into this snapshot also, or this snapshot is represented in a alpha, beta, gamma format like this. This is the alpha, beta, gamma format of this snapshot of Turing machine. Okay, so both are same. Okay, so this is our alpha according to this, and this is our beta current state, that is like this, and this is our gamma string, and the leftmost symbol of gamma is under the read write head. Okay, so you understand this is the alpha, beta, gamma, and that is according to the transaction function. This scenario is what? This is according to the transaction function, q cross tape symbol. Okay, so currently we are at state q0 and we're reading A. It tell us to move into this new situation. Okay, so it gives a new state. It overwrite by this tape symbol, means a current symbol at the tape is override by this tape symbol. Okay, and after overwriting this current symbol by this new tape symbol, we move either left side or right hand side. So here we consider one dummy transaction function. uh, According to this scenario or instantaneous description, suppose whenever we are at state q0 and the current input tape symbol is q0, then we make the transaction in which we move to the next state, that is q1, and this A is overwritten by this X, and we move on right hand side. This R represent a right hand side. So when we perform this delta 1 at this instantaneous description, then this q0 is moved to this side, and this becomes q1 after moving. Okay, and this A is replaced by X. So you can see this transaction into this sequence. So this A is replaced by this X, and this q0 is moving in between X and A like this. Okay, so we applied this delta 1 at this this instantaneous description or ID. Okay, hope this is clear. Now we take one another example for this right move. Like this, we have this delta 2 and we perform this delta 2 at this ID, that is instantaneous description. Okay, so we are at state q1 and we are reading A. According to this transaction function, we change our state from q1 to q2 and we override this A by Y and move on right hand side. So according to the matching of this scenario, our current state is q1 and we are reading A. So we applied delta 2 at this transaction sequence. Okay, so this q1 is moved at this side in between A and B and becomes q2. Okay, q2, and this A is override by Y. So this A is override by Y and the q2 is in between Y and B like this. So we have applied this delta 2. I hope this is clear and you can think this at this scenario. Okay, so we come in between Y and B from this scenario. Okay, from this scenario we come to this after applying delta 2. Now we apply delta 3. Suppose this time we look at this snapshot. Okay, suppose we are at q2 and we are reading B. Okay, then we state remain unchanged means we don't change state and we move to this side because there is a right move. So the read write head is moved in this position and this state is remain unchanged and means like q2 and that's it. Okay, and we move right hand side after applying this delta 3 at this scenario, and you can see this is into this diagram. Okay, and the same thing can be understood by this alpha beta gamma format. Now we understand the next left move. Okay, so this is left move. In this, suppose our current instantaneous description is this, where we are at state q2 and we're reading b, and according to this delta or transaction function, whenever the Turing machine is in state q2 and it read b, then it change its state from q2 to q3 and override this b by b again and move left hand side. So when we applied this delta 4 at this instantaneous description, then this q2 moves in left hand side and comes in between y and b, and this b is override by b again. And when this we move left move, then this state change from q2 to q3. So you look this changes into this sequence. q3 comes between y and b, and this b is remain unchanged because it is overwritten by b again. I hope you understand this, and you can understand this in these two snapshot. Okay, okay. So now we apply delta 5 at this id. Okay, and we understand this at this snapshot. Suppose we are at state q3 and we're reading b like this. We are in state q3 and we're reading this b, and we have to remain in state q3 and override this b by w and move left. So we move left hand side, and this time we're reading y, and this b is override by w. Okay, and the state remain unchanged q3 to q3, and you can change you can see this changes into this diagram. Sorry, this is q3. Okay, and it is now reading y and the previous b is overwritten by w. I hope this is clear. Okay, if you have any doubt, then please mail me at this, or you can refer any of these books. And of course, these understanding of instantaneous description and moves left and right are very useful for understanding the construction of Turing machine. In next lecture, we discuss about the construction of Turing machine. Thank you very much for watching.